Hi, Jonathan Perkins, Location Lead and PFR Agronomist here at the Effingham site. So again, we're here for the Insight Days and we're doing them virtually this year. So with that in mind, the study that's back behind me is a row width study. And we're not just looking at this in terms of yield. We've done that in past history. We've proven that 15s are better than 30s in terms of yield. We've also looked at drilled in the past, so we've had that in some of our studies. In this one, we're shifting gears a little bit more and looking more at the weed management side of things. So with that in mind, we think about canopy closure. We think about trying to close that as quickly as possible. Can we accomplish that better in drilled? Absolutely. But the caveat with drilled sometimes is, planting differences between what we have with a drill in comparison to a planter. So that in mind, we're looking at this study and looking at a few different populations. So we're looking at 100,000 and 150,000 on the drilled. Then we're looking at 100, 150,000 and also 200,000 in the 15s and 30s. So looking at some of those differences to see what's the impact in the population on those row widths as well. Now there's another part of this study as well, as if that's not enough, right? So we're also looking at crosspaths that were made across each of these treatments and looking at zidua by itself. So a single site of action, and then looking at Authority Supreme and Metribuzin, our normal program here on the farm for 2020. So we did see some differences early. So with those weather conditions, we did see some impact from the Authority Supreme Metribuzin. It actually showed to where it was, a little bit staggered stand emergence in comparison. So we took some notes of that. We took some pictures of that, which we'll show you here today. Now, the main points I want to drive home. Let's talk about those weed densities. So you see back here behind us, the untreated obviously has some water hemp showing up, right? So we can see that. That's evident right here behind us. But the zidua is starting to break at this point in time. So the zidua is giving it up a little bit. The Authority Supreme and Metribuzin is still holding very well. So we can see that going on here back behind us. Now let's talk about those actual densities. So whenever we did some density ratings the other day, we actually saw a very neat thing show up. So the numbers look like a 4 in terms of plants per square foot and water hemp looking at the 15s. We bumped to a 6 when we look at 30s. So definitely showing a difference based on the row width. And again, when we look at those in terms of what we see between the zidua and the Authority Supreme Metribuzin, we're going to do some more ratings going into the future on those as well to see as that zidua breaks, how long can we hold that barrier before we make that post strip and see truly what those weed differences can be. So more than just yield, we're looking at this in terms of a weed management aspect and seeing how can we manage that better moving forward with our different row widths and based on our chemistry programs. So thanks again for watching, looking at the row width study back here behind us based on populations.